Hey, what's up? It's Ryan Westbury here from the College Science Department. I'm going to talk to you about DICE, or in Spanish we say DICE, D-I-C-E. DICE, or DICE, stands for Descriptions, Interactions, Comparisons and Contrasts, and Evaluations. What I'm going to demonstrate for you real quick is to how you can use this in your science classroom. And you have an example here today where for biology in meiosis. And we're going to use this along with a DE article, which is also provided. And so the steps here are pretty simple. You can have a blank template, which includes exactly what you see here, and lots of sentence starters for your struggling writers or readers. When looking at the image, I see. So they're going to describe these things. Do you know what you're looking at? It's actually okay if you don't know, just try to describe it. We're trying to lure the student in to sort of investing into the topic as opposed to just pointing and looking at the picture. We're going to say, what do you think this is? Whatever it is, they need to try and interpret the large or the size of it, let's say, and whatever the other information is provided. It's like here we have a graph or legend or any other type of information. That's the first step. So they're going to take some time to write that over here. Um, for this example, we have two images that are right here on the sheet. One is what can be a rather complex image to start off with, using the P's and the colors and the lots of words they may not have been exposed to yet, which is sort of the idea. Segregation, independent assortment, the genotype, the phenotype, how they look, and then this picture of a blob. We know what it is, but the student doesn't know what it is yet. So we're going to try and compare and contrast these two things as they move along. So the description is first. They would describe both of those images, or one, then the other. Then the interactions. How do these two images show or represent the science that we think that they're that they should be learning here at this point? So they should be able to figure out that they're talking about genetics. They can pick up some keywords. They might think this is an example of P or something like that, which is okay if they're wrong. Next is the comparison and contrast. So when they analyze it, they're looking for those similarities and differences, and how does it accurately how accurately does the image portray the text? The text is what they're going to see later. So this is the compare contrast comes after they read their article or paragraph or part of the textbook that you choose. It's important to choose a specific passage that's not too long and gives them the critical content, sort of layers it. So again, the steps are expose them to the image, have them describe it, and look at the image, the second image, look at those interactions, then read the text, then go through the compare and contrast, and then the final part being the evaluation. This is all feasibly done in one class period or even less once they get better at it. So this example, again, goes through these parts. When we take a look at this together, you can see that moving through the descriptions, describing what you see, if you can embody a student and see what and write down what you think they might think it is, being not exposed to this content ahead of time, or maybe in the middle of a lesson where they have been previously exposed to meiosis. Maybe you've seen have some background knowledge with Mendel and cell images, so they may have a leg up here on what they're looking at. Some of your kids will, some of them won't, and then after they read the passage from Discovery or the passage of your choosing, to follow through with those last few steps. The big picture here is making students take a critical look at the images and writing more about those images and interpreting them as best they can, and then going back to review what they saw, what they thought they saw, and check that for understanding with their with once they learned the content, and then to review. These things could also be these boxes. The DICE could be boxes in their lab notebooks. It's not necessarily another thing you have to print or copy or find a color copier or do anything like that. This is the type of thing that you can have as a warm-up. You can have it to start off a unit. It could be just about any other rendition of this as an example can be done and assimilated into your classroom pretty easily. So give it a try, and hopefully it works for you.